Hello, hi, welcome to the Miss Luana Brief Talk Show. Miss Luana Real Talk. I just want to jump in here. I am waiting on one of my daughters to come to go to the store. But, you know, as always, when you're waiting on somebody, you might have a longer wait. I know I look sleepy, folks, because I am sleepy. Why? I really don't know. I guess it's an afternoon nap, you know what I mean? That's what I need. But nevertheless, hello everyone. And I just wanted to come on in here and say I hope you're having a good day. And blessed day. You know, every day is a blessed day. As long as we above the ground, we able to get more and more blessings, you know, and we, like my mother said, long as you're breathing, it's a chance. So, I don't know what's wrong with my t-shirt. I should have got this straight before I actually got on here. Please pardon me for the grabbing and pulling. Let me see. Let's get it right, y'all. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Well, anyway. I got this t-shirt on underneath my shirt because it's a little chilly outside, but it's not cold. So I'm going to wear a lightweight jacket whenever I do leave. Oh, I can't fix it. But anyway, it is me. It's Miss Luana, folks. And this is Miss Luana Talk Show. And what I wanted to just jump on here, I was just sitting here thinking, like I'm always. Sometimes I think too much. But it's so much have happened in my life that lately been coming back into my memory. And I know today is the 8th. And 8 days from now, my third born, wait a minute, which would that be? My fourth born grandson, Harry, Ebony's youngest son, Gemini Jones' youngest son. Actually, she named him after her older brother Harry, and I was really happy to know that. And I want to put in here, you know, also go here too. My daughter Michelle named her only son after James, so it feels good to be able to call those names still. You know, to me, it's special. But nevertheless, the reason why I am jumping on here is because today is the 8th of January. I'm gonna keep on pulling at this. I am sorry. I'm going to just hold it like this, okay, y'all? But anyway, it's the 8th of January, and I was just thinking 8 days from now, what is that? 1, 2, 3, I got to count. Let me see, we got my fourth born grandson, Harry. He will be 16 years old on the 16th. You know, they say that 16th birthday is the first, they call it Sweet 16 for the girls. I don't know what they call it for boys. But he will be 16 on the 16th. And I just want to say I thank God for all of my grandkids, great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids. And now I got one great-great-great-granddaughter. She's the only one. She's the first and only one that I have 3 greats on. But anyway, the reason why I was thinking, because when Harry, actually, he is all children are special, don't get me wrong, but when Harry was like, oh, geez, Harry's about 2 months old, he passed away. But the grace of God brought him back, and I remember that day so clear. I know we took him to McKeesport Hospital. They said, oh, he just got colic. We took him home, and then I think we took him to a doctor up in White Oak. And then, you know, he acted like that was nonchalant, like, it, you know, it'll be okay, da-da-da-da. So when we got home that day, and I'm looking at my grandson, and just seemed like he was getting worse, that's what my discerned spirit said. And I looked at him. So we automatically hopped in the car and drove all the way down to Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. Well, when we got there, we registered him. They took him in the back. And about 15 minutes later, I could hear him saying code red or whatever that is. I looked and I could see all the doctors like coming and running back that way. And so me and my daughter went back there. And then it was like maybe 14 doctors around my grandson. I know when they was rushing him down the hallway, they put that little bottle to try to hurry up and press some air into him, because he actually went away. He went away. But God said no. they worked on him, and they got him. It was so many machines around in his room, with his little body, and it was so many machines. I'll never forget it. My daughter, Gemini Jones, had just started her dialysis job, because she had just finished a college course for dialysis. Well, forget dialysis. She stayed down there for 15 straight days without even coming home. I was taking things back and forth to her because she said, Mom, she said, I'll get another job. Because, you know, when you first start a job, you're on a probation period. And, of course, she lost that job. But she said her son was more important. And I think any mother would have did that. It was a great job, but any mother would have did that. Her son's life was more important. And she stayed stuck there. She didn't want to come home. So she did end up coming home. After like almost 2 weeks, she came home for a while and went right back. But I need to say that, you know, he had actually expired. They was racing down the hall, putting air in his lungs with a little bottle and stuff. When we went to the room, there was about 14 doctors all surrounded. And it was just deep. It was an experience for me both ways. Because all I could hear standing outside that curtain was, Harry, Harry, Harry. And it took me back to May the 11th of 2001. And I felt like my discerned spirit, like that's what was going on. I wasn't there at that time with my son, but when they was working on him, I guess that's how it went down, you know. But by the grace of God, Lil Harry, he came back. God sent him right back. And he was in a room with, so many big machines all around his little body. And I know everybody was praying for him. Grandma Rhoda was praying for him. Everybody, I think Kim Langford them was praying for him. Pastor Kim them, everybody was praying all over the internet and things. And I remember that when I came home one day, I told his brother Andrew, which was a couple years older, and he prayed. And he said, God, please don't let my little brother die. I'll let him play with my toys. You know, something simple, child's prayer. And do you know, when I went back about a day or two later, the machine started moving away. It was the prayer of a child, sincere prayer. And also my friend and I, Penny Irwin and I was sitting in that room one day, shortly after the machine started getting pulled away. And we were sitting there, and they had to put him like in a coma state because he was so little, and they had all these tubes and stuff. And don't you know, that one right hand went up like this. And Penny spotted it. She said, look, Lou. Oh, that's a sign. God got him. And so I thought about it, and it was like God telling us that he was holding on to God's unchangeable hand. And it's such a pleasure. I know I kept a little wool hat for the longest, but I moved different times and, you know, lost it in the shuffle. But I'll never forget that day. He went away, but the grace of God brought him back. And now, he's been healthy ever since. And now, 8 days from now, he'll be 16 on his 16th day of 2026. And he's such a polite young man. Mannerable. He reminds me of my Harry a lot. But I thank God for Andrew being a small child. He began to pray for his younger brother, and I'm telling you, that prayer broke the ice. And all good results started to happen after that. And it was something inside of his prayer that actually God listened, and he heard him. He heard everybody else, all the grown-ups, myself, mother, everybody. But that prayer of a child, somewhere in the Bible say a child will lead them. Well, his prayer leaded his younger brother, I believe, to be standing by his side today. So just know that prayer works, y'all. You know, a lot of time people, the doctors give up, this happened, that happened. But when God say yes, it's a yes. No matter what the world say or the doctors say. But I thank God for them doctors that day, and I thank God to be looking forward to celebrating Harry's 16th birthday with him. I pray that we both live to see it. In Jesus' name, I pray, and I thank you all for listening. Just don't give up no matter what goes out.